We
One
love
more
hip
thing I want
hop.
to say just about the Toronto scene and local city and like his generation. Because you know how we have like classes, like the Double XL had the freshman class type shit. He came in that generation where like other guys like Lil Barrett and different guys came through. Do you think a lot of those guys from those generations are starting to make different decisions in life? A lot of them are getting close to 30 or 20 in their latter part of their 20s. Right? We just seen the other day that Lil Barrett decided to step back for now. You know what I'm saying? Local city's been keeping low because of all of the life issues that he's been dealing with, and now let me try to drop another tune. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys, Hoodlum, you know, he's in his early 30s, but like he's not actively making music. Do you think it's like a generation shift that's happening where like a lot of these guys are deciding to put the pen down?
Go ahead. No, what I was gonna say is I think the money that they're making strictly off music and their likeness is not able to compete with the money that they're making elsewhere, however they're making it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, why am I gonna spend all this money on image, spend all this money on videos and music and stuff,
and expose yourself?
When I can just go OT and make that quick. And music, it's like it's a losing investment until it hits. But if you add on top of that, okay, I'll never be able to go to the States, then it's like, this is not a wise investment from like just a strictly financial perspective, you know?
Yeah. It's a tough decision to think about continuing to do it moving forward when you have those limitations. Yeah. What do you think?
No, I agree. I totally agree. And then you start. So I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, so it happens with every generation.
Yeah. We're just long enough to see people age out of it
now. And I'm like, wow. Like, because there's some out of our generation that went where they had to go. And then some, they're working a 9 to 5 right now.
Bro, we're examples of artists who have aged out of being artists. We're podcasting.
But at least you guys are still in the same like industry.
That's by choice. That's by choice, right? Some people just can't do it at all anymore. They're just done.
Especially when you have kids and stuff.
Some are just done.
What I will argue is that there was a generation that I feel like was able to capitalize fully. Like Casper, Pressa.
That's the same.
YG.
It's kind of the same.
I think they're all there.
I think Bretty's a little bit after, no? Or like was that exact same time? I feel like Bretty was like younger.
No,
on that tail end.
You're right. They're the class before, and then Beretti and Local City is the class after. They're like they're the class of, let's say, 2018, 2017.
Okay.
And those guys that you just mentioned, say again, Casper.
Yeah. They've been around since.
Pressa, YG, top 5.
Yeah.
They're like the class of 2014.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it seems like all of them are able to do pretty well, seemingly, based on the outside. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
And you can even throw Boogs as maybe one class before that, right? Yeah. He was like the class of 2012. Because remember, Black Challenger came out in 2012, 2013.
No.
Wasn't that?
No. 15.
Was it
15-ish.
Let me double check this.
Trust me.
So, because I would throw Boogs in either right before that or in that exact same era. Because I swear, didn't he do like a whole project with Pressa? Or a song with Pressa or something?
I'm not sure. But we could also throw Chromas in that. No, Chromas is in the later class. She's in the class with Local City and all them.
Yeah,
she probably would be 2015.
Yeah, 2015. I'm right, man.
She would be probably like, let's say, if we're talking about the Local City,
Lil
Barrett and all those guys, that class year. Chromas is also in that class year, and she's the most successful of that year.
Yeah.
Of those years of people coming out.
Not strictly off her music. She was able to branch off.
Yeah.
Killy. I'd say Killy.
Killy also.
Killy, do you think he's in that Barrett class or he's in that one before with the Caspers and the...
I think he might be in the class before.
No, he's in the class with Pressa.
That same era.
Because they were kind of comparing those two at those times, right? Because Pressa dropped, he dropped. They both have that high-pitched voice. Yeah. One was more, one's more laid-back gangster, you know what I'm saying?
Doobie?
So
Doobie's more the later classes.
The Beretti
times.
No,
and like maybe even after.
He's even after.
Yeah.
He's even a little bit after.
The class of 2020. Yo, I wish we had like our own like double XL freshman list class, like those covers, so that Because like I'm saying, like we're talking about
archive,
it. Yeah, I wish I can see the different things in pictures so we can be like, this guy, and this girl, they all came from these years.
Yo, we should make a We Love Hip Hop magazine. Yeah. I know that's good. Yo, but if we could archive everything where it's like even from like the Cardinal officials to like every year the class, I feel like that would be a great resource.
That was one of the best classes. The early 90s one that came out with Cardinal, Choclair, all those guys, they all freaking Socrates, Chaos,
all that.
Yeah, they were all like became, but remember there was way less rappers at the time, but a lot of them became super popular, and guys in the States and everywhere were like, oh, these are the Toronto rappers, is these guys.
Okay, wait, name the four.
So it was Choclair, Cardinal, Socrates, Chaos.
Okay, so
the Rascals.
Okay, let's take them versus Pressa, YG, Casper, Boogs, and Killy. Let's say who do you think
has more impact?
Who has more impact? Who had
the older guys?
Really?
Old
school versus new school. Comment down below. That's starting five. Yo, that's starting five. You said Socrates, Cardinal Official, Chaos, Choclair, and the Rascals.
Because I'm thinking in this way, right? Like the new class that you just mentioned, those five, just the amount of accumulated YouTube views on its own.
Yes.
Is millions. Like,
but they
at least
money though.
But hold on, something that's still around to this day is TV. They didn't have the TV presence as much as our guy, as much as like Socrates,
nor radio presence. Yeah,
come on, bro.
Yes,
like you're a little kid. From little kids can know their music. You know what I'm saying? And watch their videos. Like you have to really plug in and play these guys' things.
Yeah,
you know
but I think these, and it's a great debate. I think these younger guys have more fans than those guys had back then. Because like if you go and look at a Killy show, like now in his prime, in his years, compared to let's say a Cardinal show back in those times, even though Cardinal had huge crowds, right? The crowds that I see in front of Killy's shows, they might be equal or sometimes even more.
Granted, but we grew with them. His fan base hasn't grown with him yet to double. Their fan base is probably double.
Killy's been around since 20.
Yeah, but not as long.
17.
Okay, Cardi's been around since what? 90-somethings?
Yeah.
But so his fan base, I feel, has doubled. He just dropped something the other day, bro. And like he's probably gained another couple of fans. Like as you know what I mean?
Respectfully, those guys ain't gaining a brand new fan base as in their latter years of their careers.
But I think because they had the TV presence, the average Canadian probably knew more about like Canadian hip hop because of Much Music or whatever. Whereas like this is more of a niche thing. You ask maybe the average Canadian, yo, do you know Killy or Casper or Pressa? They some of them are clueless. They're like, I've never heard it. They might know top five.
Thank you.
Because of they might know top five because of the antics, because of notoriety.
And maybe not.
Maybe not. No, because
it is a very subsection.
It takes me back to surveys that I was doing a few years ago, where I was literally walking around the streets of Toronto, going to randos. Like I hit up a couple of people that looked like they were into the culture a bit. Yeah. But just the randos, and I was like, can you name me 5 Toronto rappers?
No.
Yeah.
It's Drake.
Okay. That's one.
We don't listen to too much hip hop aside from that.
We're house guys, man.
Yeah, the
house.
So Drake is the only Toronto rapper you guys know?
Drake, who else is a Toronto rapper? Weeknd.
Nah, it's not a rapper.
Not a rapper?
R&B, pop.
R&B. Sorry, bro.
I feel like I had that as a title.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would just be like, Drake,
they call The Weeknd, Justin Bieber.
I'm like, The Weeknd's not a rapper. Okay. And it would just be at a loss. And then maybe 2 out of, let's say, 10 people would be like, Moolah first, top 5. Like, they'll start mentioning, like, the people that we know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, the normies, they don't know none of these guys.
But the normies probably know the Cardinal officials.
The normies knew the Cardinal officials and stuff like that.
Chaos, Socrates,
Maestro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they knew them.
A different thing.
They had national television. Television when that's the only thing that everybody can watch communication through. It was very powerful. Now that it's an option instead of just the only thing, it don't mean shit.
Exactly. And too many rappers come and go every day. So you might start to like one, but by next week, there's another one. So it's like
true.
that time that you have to see the same video heavy rotation the whole day, see it 20 times.
Request it.
Go request by
I want to see it again.
That's how I came up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm on TV. So when I went on tours, I was like being like, holy shit. These people actually know me.
Yeah, they saw you
because
on
they
Much
see
Music.
me on Much Music. Then per se, I just seen this on YouTube.
And if
that's one out of like.
And if you go beyond Much Music, you'll be like Much Music, and I saw you on MTV. Oh my God! Now you're famous. You're going to award shows.
Yeah, I was at those, and that's the thing. That's what makes me know. That's what makes me know. Nah, bro, the power that I feel like I'm still more known than some of these rappers now because even what I'm doing now, but there was still the presence of TV and me, you know what I'm saying? So you feel, I just feel it's a little more powerful than what the influence of the old school guys are a little bit more powerful, especially in Canada. With the influence.
But think about it, the older rappers that we're speaking of, they were all in record deals.
Yes.
So they probably don't even own their masters in the same way that Casper owns his masters, that Killy owns his masters.
Yes.
These are all independent at the time when they were blowing up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that also speaks to the cultural impact. I feel like the newer generation had more cultural impact, whereas I feel like the older generation had more national impact.
No, because you knew more. They knew in America that we have a Caribbean kind of vibe to us, right?
From Cardinal and them.
From Cardinal and them. And then after you got a piece of Socrates who you'd think he's a straight New Jersey nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he was down with Redman. You get what I'm saying? So there was a little, these kids don't have relationships that much with the States because one, they can't get there. Two, they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. I understand that, but that's what leads us into these problems now today with having our relations with the West Coast and stuff like that, because there's not too many guys collaborating outside of Canada, and Canadian niggas don't even really collaborate with each other neither.
Yeah, and when it does happen, it's a big deal. Look at Computers from Casper and D-Thing.
It's gone clear.
A million views already in like less than a month.
6 songs.
Because he's watching the pod and hearing what we say. Get some. You gotta get some features under your catalog, dog.
Yeah. One last thing also I want to say on this that I guess goes against me defending the young boys. You with yourself, Dusty, in the comments, even though people know you from the podcast as well, they still know you from being on Much Music. Yeah. Because one thing I see in the comments constantly when it comes to you is Yo-E. And that song Yo-E was playing on Much Music all the time.
Heavy rotation.
So it's like literally word association that people just go that they put with Dusty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Based off of the television, seeing him on television.
From those times.
Yeah.
And then the video went.
He's the Yo-E guy.
Yeah. With the mascot.
Yeah.
All the chains on and everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe some of the younger people who are not watching TV obviously now, they don't know that. But the people who saw Dusty on TV with the Yo-E, that's like word association right away. Dusty Wallace, Yo-E.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they saw him on TV.
Stronger brand impact
from
television versus internet. It's kind of like
very much so. That's the internet squashed
Wild West.
me.
Yeah,
the internet squashed me in a sense.
But there's too much on the internet, whereas TV was like if you made it to TV,
focus on this over and over again.
Incredible.
I was in your face at least 20 times a day.
Yeah.
I walk out of my house and man's are like, I go to the mall. They're like, oh, just seen you at Yo-E.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Those are branding times. Like those are crucial times in Canada, in Toronto. Like you had a video. It doesn't matter how you got it on there. It could be through Factor. It could have been through the grant. We seen you there.
And your video is in one of 50 maybe, which is, I think I'm highballing it, pause, right?
Yeah.
Of what's playing. So you're only focusing on, let's say, these 20 videos for the next few months.
Yep.
It's going to get in your head,
bro.
But do you think we'll ever be able to replicate that impact that television had?
No.
Never.
There's too much shit out there, man.
Never.
Like
too many different shows, too many different networks.
Bro, music's losing the content, period. Like, there's people watching more content than they are just listening to long-form albums.
I barely listen to anything right now.
Yeah. They'll listen to a playlist of songs that they put together on a playlist before they listen to somebody's album.
And with that, it just goes right over my head. I'm just playing it in the car to get to where I got to get to fast.
Yeah. And then people have that choice to listen to music in their car or listen to a podcast or listen to Act live stream.
Yeah, which I do.
Or listen to, like, I be live streaming and people tell me I'm in the car listening.
Yeah, more times,
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're choosing the live stream over somebody's music.
Trust me.
That's crazy.
I think the only times now that people listen to music is like either when they go out, like maybe they're going to a club or to party, or maybe they're like hanging out with some friends. But even then, like more times, mans would either watch sports or like live streams and stuff. They might listen to music when they're balling up or something.
Yeah, you can watch an IRL stream while you're getting ready to go to the club, bro. See somebody crashing out on their IRL stream and then be like, all right, I'm going to the club.
Yeah. Now
You know
listen to some music.
The music's playing on the IRL stream in the background.
Anyways.
Chat, do you listen to more music or do you watch more content?
That's
going to be a poll on the live.
Please, I'm going to make that a poll, but that's a crazy, like, it's just crazy that that's an option now, bro. As somebody who came from before there was an internet, and like we were just talking about, everybody focus on this, to now it's like, there's so much things to focus on. Your music is C.
Yeah, it's not even secondary.
It's not even A or B, bro.
That's why the music industry is dying.
Yeah,
that's why they made sure they don't. Might sound a little crazy, but I'm on point with it. That's why they made sure they took away the physical disc, so you can't read at the back of now who wrote it, who did the guitar, who did that. They were taking that away. They're scrubbing it.
That shit is irrelevant now, bro.
Right? It's irrelevant. You don't even care what did what on an album anymore. You just got it out now. You don't even know when it was made. It was just like, boom, it's on your streaming.
Or you might just see 10 seconds of it because it's a viral challenge, and you'll just listen to the 15 seconds of a song over and over again.
Right? Okay. So now what we lost, what they did was they lost that factor of music where you're like, okay, I know where I was when this song was playing.
Yeah, they removed that like memory association.
They removed it. It's something they did to me. I feel it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where I gotta force it now to be like, yo, I remember where I was when I heard this song.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about anything from 20 to 2024, I'm talking like way back.
Yeah.
Right? So that has me. But anything from 20 to 2024, I'm kind of like, I don't care where I was. It just comes and goes.
Like I just heard it,
I don't care.
Yeah.
I almost don't remember anything. Like it's just like boom, boom, boom. Okay, the song went over my head, and that's where they made the music industry kind of like, they took away that vibe to it, that uniqueness to it. So that's always it's done. To me, I feel it's done.
The last time that I had that moment, like I remember where I was when this song dropped. Was when Family Matters and Meet the Grams dropped, like recently. And in between there, I've had like Tundra, Ghost Town.
And see, come on, let's be real. You're forcing it. Like you have to force it.
No, but like that was a moment. Like
it was a moment.
Like not even the Family Matters. I wouldn't have remembered that Family Matters dropped on that night.
Yeah.
If Meet the Grams didn't drop right after, and like, it was such a crazy moment in hip-hop.
I was somewhere, and then someone turns to me, "Oh, you just dropped that." I was like, "I don't give a damn."
What was that spearheaded by? Academics live stream, like for all of them. No,
I was kind of more inside, where I was like, I knew that Family Matters was dropping. And then I looked at it and I want to repost it in real time. Like, yo, Drake just dropped, right?
And then boom.
And then by the time I was walking back to the car, I was hosting the Stove God Cook show.
Yeah.
I was walking back to the car.
Yep.
And Meet the Grams dropped when I was walking back, and I was just listening, and I was like, what the hell am I hearing? So it's like, that is the last time I had a memory. Of this is where I was when this song came out. Now, there's between that time and then, maybe back to back. And I don't even remember where I was when back to back. It wasn't that important, bro.
No, and it could be anything, and it doesn't even have to be Drake. It's just like any music.
Any music. I haven't had any moment where I'm like, oh, I remember when this song dropped, I was right here.
You will never have that feeling again, my friend, because that's the uniqueness of what they did and designed to destroy.
Yeah.
Not only hip hop,
not even this right here. I was in this time of my life. Even.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll never get that again.
Just being in a certain location, that might be too hard to remember. But just being like, I remember what I was doing when this song came out. That don't matter no more.
That don't matter at all, dog.
But it's beautiful that we are able to experience like listening to songs in moments, and literally every time you hear that song, puts you right back there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have some songs that's like the first time I ever heard Can I Kick It, Tribe Called Quest. I was in a basement first year university with like my friends, or a couple. and whatever, we're balling up, and they just played it, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is like the craziest
you
beat
see how
ever.
you could paint the
Like
picture?
literally, I can see it. Like I can actually see like the room, the carpet, like everything,
Cannot.
where I was sitting. Like
yes, you can.
Like I remember sitting in my grandmother's house in Barbados the first time watching a little rinkety TV, and I'm Bad, LL Cool J came on, and I was just like, right? Like I remember exactly where I was when I heard it for the first time.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Like I can see the house.
Yeah.
Like I don't think these kids have that anymore, bro.
No,
That's sad,
they'll
fam.
never. Sad.
If they do, let me know. Cause like some of the youngins in the younger demo that watch us, if you have memories like when like, I don't know, Lil Uzi Vert's EXO Tour Life dropped.
But it doesn't feel real.
Maybe that might be a memory for them.
Because they were probably younger. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so comment down your strongest musical memory.
Yeah, I gotta give them that though.
Let's move on though.
We love hip hop.